Amy Elliott Dunne, April 21st, 2009. Diary entry. Poor me. Let me set the scene. Campbell and Inslee and I are all down in Soho, having dinner at Tableau. Lots of goat cheese tarts, lamb meatballs, and rocket greens. I'm not sure what all the fuss is about, but we are working backward. Dinner first, then drinks in one of the little nooks Campbell has reserved. A mini closet where you can lounge expensively in a place that's not too different from, say, your living room. But fine, it's fun to do the silly, trendy things sometimes. We are all overdressed in our little flashy frocks, our slasher heels, and we all eat small plates of food bites that are as decorative and unsubstantial as we are. We have discussed having our husbands drop by to join us for the drinks portion. So there we are, post-dinner, tucked into our nook, mojitos and martinis and my bourbon, delivered to us by a waitress girl who could be auditioning for the small role of fresh-faced girl just off the bus. We are running out of things to say. It is a Tuesday and no one is feeling like it's anything but. The drinks are being carefully drunk. Inslee and Campbell both have vague appointments the next morning, and I have work, so we aren't gearing up for a big night. We are winding down, and we are getting dull-witted, bored. We would leave if we weren't waiting for the possible appearance of the men. Campbell keeps peeking at her BlackBerry. Inslee studies her flexed calves from different angles. John arrives first. Huge apologies to Campbell. Big smiles and kisses for us all. A man just thrilled to be here, just delighted to arrive at the tail end of cocktail hour across town so he can guzzle a drink and head home with his wife. George shows up about 20 minutes later, sheepish, tense, a terse excuse about work, Inslee snapping at him, "You're 40 minutes late." Him nipping back, "Yeah, sorry about making us money." The two barely talking to each other as they make conversation with everyone else. Nick never shows. No call. We wait another 45 minutes. Campbell, solicitous, parentheses, probably got hit with some last-minute deadline, she says, and smiles toward good old John, who never lets last-minute deadlines interfere with his wife's plans. Close parentheses. Inslee's anger thawing toward her husband as she realizes he is only the second biggest jackass of the group. Parentheses, "You sure he hasn't even texted, sweetie?" Close parentheses. Me, I just smile. Who knows where he is? I'll catch him at home. And then it is the men of the group who look stricken. You mean that was an option? Take a pass on the night with no nasty consequences? No guilt or anger or sulking? Well, maybe not for you guys. Nick and I, we sometimes laugh out loud at the horrible things women make their husbands do to prove their love. The pointless tasks, the myriad sacrifices, the endless small surrenders. We call these men the dancing monkeys. Nick will come home sweaty and salty and beer loose from a day at the ballpark, and I'll curl up in his lap, ask him about the game, ask him if his friend Jack had a good time, and he'll say, he came down with the case of the dancing monkeys. Poor Jennifer was having a real stressful week and really needed him at home. Or his buddies at work who can't go out for drinks because or her buddy at work his buddy at work who can't go out for drinks because his girlfriend really needs him to stop by some bistro where she's having dinner with a friend from out of town so they can finally meet. And so she can show how obedient her monkey is. He comes when I call, and look how well groomed. Wear this, don't wear that. Do this chore now, and do this chore when you get a chance. And by that I mean now. And definitely give up the things you love for me. So I will have proof that you love me best. It's the female pissing contest. As we swan around our book clubs and our cocktail hours, there are few things women love more than being able to detail the sacrifices our men make for us. A call and response, the response being, "Oh, that's so sweet." I am happy not to be in that club. I don't partake. I don't get off on emotional coercion, on forcing Nick to play some happy hubby role. The shrugging, cheerful, dutiful, taking out the trash, honey, role. Every wife's dream man. The counterpoint to every man's fantasy of the sweet, hot, laid-back woman who loves sex and a stiff drink. I like to think I am confident and secure and mature enough to know Nick loves me without him constantly proving it. I don't need pathetic dancing monkey scenarios to repeat to my friends. I am content with letting him be himself. I don't know why women find that so hard. When I get home from dinner, my cab pulls up just as Nick is getting out of his own taxi, and he stands in the street with his arms out to me and a huge grin on his face. "Baby!" And I run and I jump up into his arms, and he presses his stubbly cheek against mine. "What did you do tonight?" I ask. "Some guys are playing poker after work, so I hung around for a bit. Hope that was okay." "Of course," I say, "more fun than my night." "Who all showed up?" "Oh, Kimmel and Inslee and their dancing monkeys. Boring. You dodged a bullet, a really lame bullet." He squeezes me into him, those strong arms, and hauls me up the stairs. "Gosh, I love you," he says. Then comes sex and a stiff drink and a night of sleep and a sweet, exhausted rat's tangle in our big, soft bed.